chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
It's on it. It's on it. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. But we just don't know.
Prime, I would probably pick Mayweather to win, just like I would probably pick Pacquiao to win, both in the prime.
Oh, to beat Crawford.
I think so.
Prime for prime? Nice.
Yeah. But is Crawford one of the greatest of all time? 100%. There definitely he is.
Right now, number one, this is his generation, this is his timeline. He is the king right now.
Floyd Mayweather has finally spoken about his plans to return in 2026. He also confirmed that his first commitment will be this year's highly publicized exhibition fight with Mike Tyson. However, he made it clear that this will only be an exhibition. What caught attention was his revelation that after Tyson, he's preparing for a potential professional fight against Terence Crawford. Mayweather said talks are ongoing for a sanctioned bout, and both he and his team are working diligently to make this comeback a reality.
Everything is going great. I feel good. Working hard each and every day. And I can't wait for 2026.
When discussions about dream fights surface in boxing, one name always dominates the conversation: Floyd Mayweather. Even in retirement, his presence looms large, and debates about whether he could have beaten today's champions never seem to fade. Recently, Robert Garcia offered a candid reality check on the idea of Mayweather facing Terence Crawford. While acknowledging Mayweather's unparalleled success, Garcia pointed out that he never achieved what Crawford and Manny Pacquiao did, becoming undisputed champions. Still, Garcia admitted that his respect for Mayweather's skill and aura makes him lean toward favoring Floyd in a fantasy matchup.
Man, he doesn't need it anymore.
With his accomplishments, the only man to ever do 3 weight divisions undisputed. Is he now a part of the greatest of all time conversation? And not of this era, but of all time.
Definitely is the greatest, one of the greatest of all times. There's still greats out there. There's still, his era or last era, with the Mayweather, with the Pacquiao. I think he's, already accomplished more than Pacquiao was 8 divisions. So we could argue there because Pacquiao was, 8 division is almost impossible, and he did it. Mayweather never became undisputed. He's a 5 division champion, but never became undisputed. Never really followed that unification, stuff like that. So I think when it comes to accomplishments, I think he's already done more.
Garcia didn't hesitate to highlight what sets Crawford apart. Crawford has accomplished what Mayweather never did, unifying every belt in his division. Manny Pacquiao, too, achieved greatness across multiple weight classes with undisputed recognition. Garcia noted that this is where Floyd's record appears incomplete. Mayweather dominated opponents, remained undefeated, and secured legendary wins, but he never achieved undisputed status in a division. For Garcia, that doesn't diminish Floyd's greatness. Instead, it underscores that Crawford belongs in conversations as one of the sport's most complete fighters. Despite his respect for Crawford's achievements, Garcia's first-hand experience in boxing leads him to believe Floyd's defense, timing, and ring IQ are simply on another level.
I'd probably still pick Mayweather. Both in the prime, I would probably pick Mayweather to win, just like I would probably pick Pacquiao to win, both in the prime.
Oh, to beat Crawford.
I think so.
Prime for prime? Nice.
Yeah. But is Crawford one of the greatest of all time? 100%. There definitely he is.
With all that said, what can you ultimately say about what occurred and what we saw Saturday night?
It was a great event, great turnout, 70,000 plus people. Gate was fucking insane from what I understand. Fucking that's good for boxing, man. Good for boxing, good for all the younger fighters. All these new things going on. I think it's gonna be a positive thing for all the younger fighters.
Ado emphasized that Floyd Mayweather has 2 iconic versions: Pretty Boy Floyd and Money Mayweather. Pretty Boy Floyd was the fearless, aggressive fighter who dismantled opponents with speed and sharp combinations. Money Mayweather, meanwhile, became the master of defense, the businessman, and the pay-per-view king who built a boxing empire. Ado described Floyd as a genius who crafted both his fighting style and his image, ensuring that both personas radiated their own aura. Pretty Boy Floyd won fans with risks and knockouts, while Money Mayweather captivated audiences with technical mastery, mind games, and the ability to turn fights into global spectacles. Both sides of Floyd's career have left an indelible mark on boxing, making him more than just a fighter, an architect of the sport's modern business model.
Sorry.
He's a genius. He is a fucking... You know, when I get bored with today's crop of boxers, and Terence, to be fair, has kind of helped me out of my boredom. But sometimes I just go on YouTube and I watch the 24/7s and then I watch the fight. I'm not joking. I watch the whole fucking episodes and then I watch the fight. And my guy is a genius. A genius. There will always be an argument, oh, you should have fought that person then. And I get it. I get it, right? It's kind of the argument you can't throw at Muhammad Ali, right? You could throw that argument at Floyd. But dude, unbeaten is unbeaten. Unbeaten is unbeaten. Multi-weight world champion is multi-weight world champion. Do you know what I mean? I've never seen a boxer so like, I'm gonna work you out, and then when I work you out, you're done. Shall I repeat that? I'm gonna work you out, and when I work you out, you're done. And Floyd had this thing where first 2 rounds, you think, whoa, shit, man, this guy's in this fight, and then he works you out. And then he works you out. Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd was better than Money, but Money Floyd had, obviously, the fights, right? In terms of the fights that brought all the eyeballs onto him, Oscar De La Hoya fight, you know what I mean? That Pretty Boy Floyd was, look, Diego Corrales is probably the best performance really from Pretty Boy Floyd, right? Corrales, I think, was unbeaten at the time, and look what he did to him. But Money Floyd brought the eyeballs on. That's when he started being controversial. Genius. Genius outside the ring in terms of marketing. Genius inside the ring in terms of defensively, offensively as well. People don't give him as much credit offensively.
Zab Judah, who shared the ring with Floyd in the past, didn't hesitate to crown Terence Crawford as the king of this generation. He highlighted that each era has its star, and right now, Crawford holds that torch. Judah recalled how Canelo Alvarez once said Crawford might be better than Floyd, and he emphasized that those words shouldn't be taken lightly. Judah pointed out that Crawford has already demonstrated his ability to dominate top-level competition across multiple weight classes, showing a style so complete that no one has yet figured out how to break him down. While respecting Floyd's legacy, Judah made it clear that today's moment belongs to Crawford and that comparisons across eras are natural, but Crawford deserves to be celebrated as the top fighter of this generation.
Right now, number one, this is his generation, this is his timeline. He is the king right now.
Just seen in the press conference, Canelo said that Crawford's better than Mayweather. What do you think?
He's not lying. He fought him. You should know. How can somebody tell somebody that fought both of these guys, he know?
Yeah.
Anybody would know, Canelo would know.
What do you think's next to the fight?
I don't know.
You like it, really?
Not very nice. Rematch always sound good. But in a rematch, it'll be the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Cool.
Matter of fact, in the rematch, I'm predicting stoppage early.
Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so.
Breadman Edwards offered a different perspective, dismissing the idea of Floyd Mayweather versus Terence Crawford altogether. He argued that such a matchup feels forced and unnecessary, insisting Crawford should enjoy his current success without constantly being compared to legends of the past. Edwards suggested that if Floyd truly wanted a crossover spectacle, a fight with Roy Jones Jr. would make more sense, given their legendary status and the curiosity it would generate. To Edwards, Crawford is in his prime and should be celebrated for his accomplishments now, rather than being drawn into fantasy matchups that distract from his true greatness.
See, never gonna get this fight, unfortunately. Just two different generations. And I'm not necessarily asking you who would win. But if Floyd and Crawford were to cross paths prime for prime, would you just put that as that's 50-50, man, I don't know. Or are you just like, I might still give the edge to Floyd?
Man, I don't really want to compare them right now, Hans, if we seeing everything that's going on with Floyd and Roy. You know what I mean? And, they competitive guys. Next thing you know, Bud and Floyd will be mad at each other, man, and wanting to fight because people is like putting them against each other. Let's just enjoy the moment. I don't know. It's a close fight. It's things Floyd do better. It's things that Bud do better. But I'd rather not say, because I'm not going to just lie and just say nothing, and make up something just to, I got my opinion on, how the fights would go and, but I think we should just let the man enjoy his great moment. He's a great fighter. And I see a lot of immature stuff, and I don't like the way things is going with Floyd and Roy, they two guys that a lot of the younger guys look up to, and they taking shots at each other in the media because of the who's better and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I just want to see Bud enjoy his moment. And, you know, unfortunately, they didn't fight. You know, they could have made, they kind of two different eras, though. Even though they was fighting at the same time, Floyd kind of was doing his different thing over there with PBC, and Bud's a lot young, about 10 years younger than him. So it didn't happen, and we got to just live with it. You know what I mean?
You don't see this one coming unless you know the history of these two guys.
Yeah, they don't like each other too much, do they, Sean?
When you look at the history, it's kind of like for a street fight. It doesn't make sense for like a in the ring situation, and so it's kind of like, I guess for the sake of words, crazier things have happened, and then now you have to say, well, no, it doesn't get crazier than this.
You're not kidding, right? You know, obviously we watched Mike Sean in November against Jake Paul. I think clearly those guys like each other. Floyd and Mike, not so much. Obviously, there's been some tension there over the years. Do you think they go in there despite the fact that this is an exhibition fight? I mean, do they go in there and do they both try and take each other out?
I don't know what that fight looks like. And, you know, that kind of was my biggest apprehension with coming on with you guys today. It was like, how do you analyze what a fight between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather could look like, right? So then you think about when Floyd got in the ring with Big Show, we already know, like, we know now more than we've ever known before that the WWE is fake. It's kind of like acceptable. But it wouldn't be acceptable in a boxing ring. You know, it wouldn't be acceptable if there becomes some sort of weird antics and things like that. I mean, I guess I'll have to do what I did once before with Mike and Jake, and I'm gonna go on record for saying this doesn't happen.
You think it falls apart sometime before?
This doesn't make sense. I don't know. I don't know how you can make it make sense. I don't know how you can make this one make sense.
And to your point, they may have it, but if they have it, they haven't said it yet. There's no date for the fight, no location that's been announced. So,
right.